Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 9:45 on Thursday night. Back with a coupler for tomorrow. I was in Clonmel today. Missed the first one and was only going in when the second one was off. Backed Angels Dawn each way. It came second. Probably would have been third only for the faller at the last. That'll bring her on a lot. She'll be jumping. There's probably a plan for something at Christmas, I'd imagine. Allaho and Alligator Devasset was fitter than I thought at this time of the year. And both jumped very well. Alligator Devasset had two mighty leaps at the second last and last, unlike the time in Limerick at the last when she ploughed through it. And Allaho was just looked fit enough for this time of the year. I didn't think he'd be as forward. But Willie's there. It's a 3 hour, nearly over a 3 hour drive coming home. I had this cap on. I forgot my woolly cap, but I had this in the car. So I left it on, have it on since. I don't wear it too often. This is for umpiring. Keeps it out over the glasses when it's raining. Allaho is next into, I think, in the John Durkin. That's towards the end of the month. So I hope all is well with the horse in the morning and for the rest of the year. We had two runners today. The two of them finished fourth. And we had three bus horses that I had written down here yesterday evening. But I thought they were up against it. I thought the kid, what do you call him, the one that was second, I was afraid of that one, of Gallop de Chasse. So I skipped it. Well, I backed the kid, to be honest, but I skipped putting up the tip. And base note, I was afraid of that horse, the Stouts, the one that was second. And Blind Beggar, completely forgot about mentioning it last night, even though I'd written down here, but this is amazing stuff here. I'll have to get a better system, I think. Or to get more time is the thing. Anyway, on to tomorrow. Those two races, and I have wrecked my brain to come up with a selection, and I still don't know what to do, sorta. The 4:45 at Newcastle is a 5 furlong sprint. We have our buddy there, Alligator Alley. It has won 5 times for the bus, including when it won here when it ran last, setting a track record not that long ago. It's better good to firm ground or on the go. And I was sort of doubting it because it hadn't ran in Newcastle before. Well, it had ran once, but it hadn't ran well. But it broke. It never broke as well as it did the last time with Dylan Brown McMonigal. And you could see halfway down the stretch that we were going to win that race. In the race as well tomorrow, we have Bedford Flyer, who hosed up for us recently in Lingfield. And that was, I think, in 57 seconds. Like if that runs in... But that'll probably set the pace tomorrow. From 4, Alligator Alley will be on its shoulder if it breaks well. But you have Rhythm and Hooves, which it was 7th in the Wokingham, and it seems that I'd imagine that would be too fair. But if they go desperate fast altogether, it should suit Alligator Alley, but then it has to break well to be there. And you have Spangled Mac, no slouch either as well. So the loyalty angle comes into it. Alligator Alley will probably have to have a bet on it, but Bedford Flyer is in form, even though Alligator Alley betted twice before. It was behind Alligator. That was last December and January. We were on the Alligator both times there. It was only a neck behind it, closing late, but that seems to be in better form perhaps now. So it's it's a minefield, that race tomorrow. You could, but Loyalty, 5-time winner for the Channel and the Boss Alligator Rally. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bedford Flyer won it. The 237, I'm giving one more chance at this distance to Womalko. I said it the last time that I'd prefer to see it at least 2-2 or 2-4. But Gordon Elliott likes to have winners of this meeting every year, and the fences was omitted the last day, which didn't help. He's a good old jumper. So we're going to give one more shot at a race, and carrying only 10 stone 3. So the most fancy their chances when they're going that road, and Elliott is in fair old form. Well, we'll see. 27, nearly 28%. There's 23 out of 47 in the first 3. He had the winner of the bumper tune that drifted like a barge today, and he upset the favourites in the first race today. So hopeful that could get in tomorrow. Well, we check the prices. Did I check the prices? Head is mithered. Yeah, 11-4, 5-2. 365 are very skimpy lately altogether. The night before, when they're not guaranteeing them, they usually be better before this. There's 2 races at we have the Halden Cup tomorrow as well. There's only 6 in it. Warlord is £5 out of the handicap, so any horses out of the handicap, I always sort of go away from them. Alexander the Nuts, decent horse as well of Joe Tizar's. Indiana Jones is going over for Mouse Morris. He doesn't send them over, without a chance. That won the Flying Bolt in Naas last spring. Brave Seasca seems to need further, but if they go very fast pace, it could set it up. Solo is a front runner for Paul Nicholls. Paul Nicholls has won 4 of the last 10, and I think he has won this 8 times in total altogether since he started training. Editor de Geet is the classy one, is carrying 11 stone 12 with Niall Houlihan taking off 3. There could be a breakneck speed there tomorrow with Editor de Geet and Solo. If you'd only had the one speed there tomorrow, I'd have picked one or the other. But this is my imagination of the race. It could be as wrong as hell that I might set up a closer, and Brave Seasca with Jessica in flying for him. She's 6 of 16, 37%. This one first time out last year at 2 miles 4, and it takes getting the 2-1.5 in Exeter and coming back from wind surgery. That's the hesitant selection. Normally, because it's the bigger race, if to the regular day of the week, I just bypass that and I'd say it's too difficult to pick one. But because it's the biggest race of the day, I'm going for it to give my opinion, be it right or wrong. There's a race then in the 4 o'clock. There's a horse that I was looking out for even before yesterday, but it's from the same outfit as cost us money yesterday, Broomfield Present. Kim Bailey and David Bass. Now, David, if you're listening in, we need you to redeem yourself after yesterday. But this is a chaser written all over it by presenting out of an Oscar Mayer, Dickler's Oscar. Few pint-to-pint runs there. It was actually pulled up in John Bond's pint-to-pint. 4th time I right. 3 runs over hurdles. It has won 2 of them. But the way it won the last one, last March, I was saying, this was in a handicap hurdle. And they're putting it over fences this year. But that's it out in front there.
rallying to his credit. Gallimastor sticking at it pretty gamely in 4th place. Broomfield Present still leading though as they come now down towards the 3rd last flight. Galudon is in 2nd place, Horatio Apple's next, and Gallimastor is back in this race in 4th and still sticking on. King of the West has dropped away last of the 5. Up front with now just 2 flights of hurdles to take. Broomfield Present asks for another big jump over safely from Galudon, Horatio Apples and Gallimastor. Now can't raise the effort once again. He's back in 4th. Broomfield Present at the last. Lovely jump again. Broomfield Present from Galudon in 2nd place. They're on to the run-in. These two are well clear from Horatio Apples back in 3rd. Broomfield Present driven out here. Half a furlong to go. Galudon is 3 lengths back in 2nd place. Broomfield Present. Been a good day for Kim Bailey and rider David Bass.
I hope you're saying the very same thing tomorrow at that 4 o'clock race. There is all kinds of horses like that will fancy their chances too. It's an open affair, an each way bet on that. And one for Fundalk, for the Fundalk people. There was a horse way back the last each way, Bucky Larson. I said it needs a better draw and it needs an extra furlong. Well, it has extra furlong tomorrow. I think it has slightly a better draw, but Adam Cafferty will have known the horse from the last day. He probably jumped off and he said to the trainer, let's up at a furlong the next day. Let us see where it was drawn the last day. It was drawn 14. But it needs a mile. It's rated 60 and it has won the time in a claimer. It was 81, so it's down a stone and a half. Now it's no shoeing, but that's the only one I could sort of find for Dundalk tomorrow night. So it was 11 to 2 earlier there with 365. Anyway, I don't know what I'd have as my nap tomorrow. We'll see. I might write it up, or I might just put a pint. I'll figure it out. It's nearly 10 now. Bash the bookies, over and out.